asked us to record. So, one of those checks that we have to do in the step-by-step check if there are any open permits. I did that with Six Brookside, and there was an open plumbing permit. And so I let them know that they'll need to get it closed out, when purchase and sale happens, because the other attorneys will insist on that. And he said, that can't be possible. That can't be possible. There's no open permit on the home. And I sent him the screenshot of the permit that was opened. And he called, and we spent a long time on the phone. I spend a long time on the phone with him anyway, which is just lovely. Does he do that with you too, Susan?
Yes.
He really is a sweetheart. 98 Blossom Crest. He'll talk, but that's okay. Um, and he was saying, no, there's no permit on it. I said, there is. And apparently what transpired was he hired a plumber a few years back to renovate the upstairs bathroom. And then partway through the renovation, the plumber was obviously didn't know what they were doing. And the plumber assured him that he pulled a permit on the home. Anyway, the plumber the owner ended up firing the plumber, and because of some of the shoddy workmanship he was doing and stuff like that. And then he had to then go and fix it. And he refused to pay the final balance of the bathroom stuff because he did it himself after firing the plumber. And before he fired the plumber, he went into the town building department and asked whether a permit was pulled. And he thinks it was Jim Kelly, who's the building commissioner, or it was Jim Kennedy. He wasn't really sure which Jim it was, who went through the file. No, there was no permit pulled. And so he, okay, and that was another reason to fire him. And he assured him. Anyway, comes to after the conversations with that plumber saying, I'm not going to pay you, the plumber went into the building department and pulled the permit. And this was after the fact. The bathroom was already finished because he'd already done the work that needed to have the permit pulled for, but Bob wasn't going to pay him because of other shoddy workmanship he was doing. And so anyway, when I told him the permit was pulled, it told me that story. And I said, well, get your timeline organized of when things happened and when, the proof of emails, proof of communications where you refused to pay him. And the plumber did do this after that fact. So I said, well, you need to go and talk to Jim Kelly and explain the situation to him and see what he can do. And so he explained it to Jim Kelly. Cody, it's okay. He explained to Jim Kelly. And Jim said, I think we need to open the permit. And he said, look, this guy's not going to do this for me because I fired him. And Jim said, I'll call him because if he did the wrong thing, he's going to be pretty careful that we don't revoke his ability to work in Lexington again. So Jim Kelly organized with the plumber, the one that was fired, to come back and close out the permit. And so Susan met, I think was it Jim Kelly or Jim Kennedy you met this morning, Susan?
I think that was Jim Kelly.
Hang on. I think you're on mute.
No, she's not. Kelly.
No?
No.
Hey?
I
No,
think it
she's
was
not.
It was Jim
Okay,
Kelly.
I'm not hearing a thing. Okay. So
I think your speaker's lost.
I can't hear a thing. It happened after the recording. Was it Jim Kelly?
Jim Kelly.
Okay. Oh yeah, I just heard a fraction then.
Okay.
And was the plumber there too?
No, the plumber didn't come.
That's a no, I think. Okay.
That was no. Yeah, no.
Okay, I'm going to unplug this and then plug it back in again. Anyway, so apparently Susan let me know, and I let the seller know that everything's squared away now, and there we go. So that's good. Thank you. That's weird. Now, can someone try talking again?
Okay, I'll talk.
Crap.
You're not here. There's nothing coming through. You need to connect to it,
I
darling.
can't hear a word you're saying.
Amazon, who needs it?
Sorry, guys.
Amazon, you need to connect to it. Bluetooth.
Yeah, let me see. Bluetooth. Which one? They're connected. It says disconnect, connect now. Okay. Someone talk now? Susan.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. We really need to fix this. Which is a new speaker, I think. And anyway, so I should get on. I thought that was interesting, the fact that this plumber did that and really messed things up. So, but anyway, Susan sorted it out because she met Jim Kelly there. Okay, here we go. The agenda today. We didn't get any offers on Brookside.
Mm.
1,250,000, no offers. We've got more story about that soon. Susan and Lisa for an accepted offer on Blossom Crest. Yay! And it's really interesting. The agent is quite flaky. And she's an agent I've never worked with before. But I think we negotiated the offer on Friday. And then I sent the executed offer back to her Friday night, and then asking, for the deposit and how does she want to pay it? Does she want a deposit link and all this? By about lunchtime, I still hadn't heard anything from her. And I'm thinking, oh God, the buyers have changed their mind, this type of stuff. I go negative when things like that happen, as Marcus will tell you.
Yeah.
And anyway, I thought, you know what, I need to find out. So I called her and I said, hey, Nikki, and she said, I sent you the offer last night. And I said, I know, I sent you the executed one back. I'm just trying to find out how to get the deposit. And she said, oh, I'm at a golf tournament right now and I'm playing. And I said, okay, and stuff. And they have an inspection contingency. And she said, I think they're going to do it tomorrow. And I said, okay, well, the seller gets back late afternoon. Okay, well, we'll try and do it in the morning. And anyway, nothing. Finally, yesterday at about lunchtime, I thought, what's going on with this? So I called her and said, just wanted to check in, I haven't heard anything about an inspection. Oh, okay, I forgot to tell you. Sorry, it's 9 a.m. on Sunday. And I'm thinking, don't you have to tell people this stuff? But anyway, so it's going to be a challenging transaction, I think. But at least it's under agreement. And Corinne can't tell us her story about her accepted offer on the condo in Maynard because she's not here. So, Marcus, do you know anything about it?
No, actually, I don't. Apart from
Okay.
it's somebody you know, right? That's all I know.
You broke up, but anyway, all right.
It's somebody you know, I think.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go and check. 92 Hill Street is off the market. Long story there, but it's off the market. It will probably be coming on sometime soon. 45 Sunset Road in Arlington is going on the market. That's Wenjen's listing. And Kelly's got an open house there Saturday and Sunday, 1 till 3 p.m. And offer Wenjen, you don't have an offer deadline in the calendar. Do you know when you're doing that?
Oh yeah, I will add that. It's a Tuesday, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
The same process. Let me add it right now.
Okay, perfect. And the website, let's pull the website up. Okay, and this was a home you helped them buy, isn't it, Wenjen?
Yes.
And they spent all that time renovating it, and one of the partners passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at I try to meet up every year when he comes back, and I just look at my email last week, and I recognize last April, May they came back. I was gonna go visit him because he wanted to do some improvements, and then he said, "Oh, I'm not feeling too well now. We can just talk on the phone." So I missed seeing him last year, and then this year when I got on the cruise ship. I think it was, when did I go? Sometime in April, I forgot. Or March, April. March. I was on.
There's been so many trips, which is awesome. I want to live your life.
You can, Danny. You just say, I'm retired. I'm not retired, but Davey's retired, so I have to take him out. But anyway, so as soon as I got on the ship, and then his partner texted me. He said, "Hey, this is Bob, and we need your help to sell Sunset, to put Sunset on the market." I'm like, "What's happening?" And that's when he told me that, Victor passed in Florida. So yeah, it was very, very quick. Quite surprising.
What was it?
Well, I don't know. I don't ask that. I just know that he passed away. But he has been having long issue with his health anyway. He's allergic to many things. That's why this house, whoever gets it, it's very lucky. It's such a clean, like top-notch house. Victor spent so much money. In addition to Jai, this was Jai's house where she took apart the bathroom and everything, and clean. Like inside house was all clean, new insulation, I think, and then new. Susan probably know the story because it was a Korean shippers listing. So back then.
It was half built. She demoed part of it because if you look at the old photographs, you can see the block and
right. Yeah, she rewired all the electrical was done.
The electrical panel upstairs.
Right.
Downstairs, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, up on the first floor, and then Victor moved it down. Spend money, move it down to the basement.
Yeah, I imagine he did.
Yeah. Maybe someone should let Jai know that it's been completely renovated and she can buy it again.
There you go.
Oh my God! No, we don't want to deal. We don't want to have to deal with her.
With that one again.
I can only imagine. So, but anyway, yeah. So whoever gets this will be very lucky. So. I mean, the price is very reasonable for the market right now.
Yeah, so we've got. I remember the look of this home. Okay.
Yeah, beautiful work, Lisa. Thank you very much, and Susan for helping. Taking care of all this interior, organizing and cleaning out. So, yeah.
Because there wasn't a kitchen there last time, was there?
There was a kitchen, yes.
Oh, because she had started doing that.
Well, no, the kitchen was there.
She had taken down the wall that was in the living and dining rooms.
Yeah. Yeah. And also the bathroom was all gutted upstairs.
Yeah, completely got it. Yeah.
That's right. I remember seeing those photos because didn't we get a rendering of what it could look like?
Mm.
Is that what we did, Marcus?
No, I don't think we did. No.
I don't think so.
No, and this bathroom particularly, I was talking to Victor. Actually, we were talking about what colors of the tiles. I still remember he was sending me all the photos of the tiles that he wants to pick, and then the the vanity and etc. So yeah,
Oh, wow, that's nice. It's so sad when that sort of stuff happens.
yeah. So apparently he gave instruction to his partner that when this is ready to sell, his partner has to contact me. I'm the person he wants to sell this property for him. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
that's lovely, isn't
I
it?
know, but it's mixed emotional when I hear this. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's that's so sad. I was hoping that he would stay in there a little bit longer. So
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear that all breaking up.
no,
we can't hear music, so
we can't hear music. Yeah.
no, apparently not.
It's really nice, a nice home, very cozy.
Mhm.
Yeah. Great job with the bedding, Lisa. You know, you pull it. Bob got home on Thursday. Not Thursday. Last Saturday, and then he told me, "Oh my gosh, this house is so beautiful." I said, "Don't tell me you don't want to move."
Yeah. Wen-Jen, you asked about the MA Properties rug that you
Yes.
needed.
Yeah.
Susan, I put one side in like the staging office right when you walk in. It's on the left-hand side on the desk when you go there. So it's one of the smaller ones, Wen-Jen, but
That's
I have
fine.
one left. So
No, that's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be great. If Susan, you can help to bring one over, that'll be great.
Wow. Yeah, that is amazing. We've got all of that stuff there. That's awesome. Well done. Well, hopefully we will get offers on the home
Yeah.
as soon as it's live and all that sort of stuff. Six Brookside, we've got an open house on Sunday, 1 till 3. Corinne's doing that one. 45 Grove Street. Wen-Jen, could you do 11:30 till 1 on Saturday?
Sure, I can do that. Let me put it down.
Um,
And by note, Marcus, where are the other iPads? Are they in the Suite 9 or?
I don't know we have any more. Well, I don't know we have any more.
Okay,
Um,
I'll just.
there is going to be one dropped into our gazebo on
Saturday.
Saturday, but I don't know what time.
I don't know.
Amanda's dropping hers off.
Okay.
Do you have an iPad, Wen-Jen, that we can get the app on?
Yeah, I have an iPad. Yeah, I can get I can get the app on.
Okay.
Yeah, just send me the.
login credentials, Wen-Jen.
Can you send me the instruction, the name of the iPad? I mean, the name of the app, and I'll download it on my iPad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
We've got 14 Albemarle, Saturday, 1 till 2:30, Korean. 7 Whipple. Tracy, I was hoping you could do 12 till 1 on Saturday with that one.
Oh, sorry, Danny. Can I do Grove Street 11 to 12:30? Because I need to get over to 45 Sunset.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Let me change that in the calendar because I haven't put them in
Okay.
calendar yet.
Yeah, perfect.
This yet. So 11 till 12:30.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I'll juggle a few things this weekend. So
Unless Andrew wants to do it. No, you're going away, aren't you? Okay.
no, I can do it. I can do it.
All right, 11 till 12:30.
Yeah. Mhm.
Then Tracy, with 7 Whipple, it's also on the market now as a rental, so 19,600 per month. If you get anyone coming in and asking about the rental, he is also saying that the tenants have to use his mandatory maintenance package, and he told me how much per month that was, but I've forgotten it now. And if they want it furnished with artwork, then there is a fee for that as well. So he's available to furnish it, and he would put a washer and dryer in as well, that sort of stuff. So we'll see what happens.
Do we know what the mandatory maintenance package is?
It covers things like, I think I have it in MLS. Covers things like snow plowing, it covers landscaping, covers irrigation maybe. It's in MLS. I can't remember.
And Marcus, do we still have our little friend on the deck, or is he gone?
Don't know.
What little
I would
friend on
ignore
the
him.
deck?
There's a dead bird on the deck. It looks like he flew into maybe one of the big windows and just broke his neck. He was just laying in state on the deck.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't make it around there on whatever day it was. I was running around all day. But anyway,
Oh, I'm sorry, Tracy. I didn't even know about it.
kick him off.
If he's still
I didn't
there,
know I was going to kick him off, but there was
Kick him
no, like if I kicked him off in the front, he'd be right on the stairs. If I kicked him off in the back, he'd be on the driveway. Like there was no, I will bring a carcass receptacle if he's still there. I just didn't have anything to collect him in, but I'll bring something in case he's still with us.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Hopefully the crows have got him by now.
That
but we'll
happened.
see.
Oh my God. So I had a bird when I did open house that house. And sad story was that bird dead. I don't know why. I feel so sad. So the bird in the house. When I get in the home, the bird in the house. The bird look at me, is very 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 nervous and fly. Bang, 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 bang.
Oh,
I
yeah.
try to help. I try to catch and let the bird out. For some reason, I don't know why. Dead. Oh, I feel like, oh my God, what happened? Oh,
Oh, poor
oh.
thing. That's poor you.
Oh, yeah, so
Poor you.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
poor Kelly.
know how. I don't know how. I don't know why. I said I text Corinne. I said, "Oh my God, I killed a bird." Corinne
Oh.
said, "No, you won." I said, "Yes, I killed a bird."
It's not you.
You didn't. You tried to
You
save
didn't
it.
mean to.
Yeah, I tried to save that. I don't know. I don't
'Cause
know
he
why
would've-
the bird dead.
The bird would have died in the house because it wouldn't have been able to get food. So you were trying to save it, and so don't worry about that. You tried to save it.
Oh,
136 Cedar Street. I figured, Tracy, you've got time to get from Whipple to Cedar Street, 1:30 till 3. And then Memorial Day is next week. Hopefully, have people got plans for what you're going to do Memorial Day?
No.
That's good, because I wouldn't be able to hear what your plans are anyway. I don't think anyone said any plans. So Marcus and I are going to spend it quietly down here and see what happens down here, because we've never been here Memorial Day, so who knows? Who knows? Transactions. Let me see about transactions. I didn't prepare this. Team info, listing info, 2026. Okay. Lisa, 117 Cedar.
Yep, everything is good with that. Water reading is on the 19th, and they're gonna send me a picture of their propane tank so I can get that for closing. That one's good.
Okay, I've got most of that, which is good. Fremont.
Fremont, yep, same thing. Water on the 19th. They're sending me a picture of their oil tank, and yep, that one's good.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
98 Blossom Crest, we haven't really started with that yet because they haven't even had the inspection yet. But purchase and
Yeah,
sale.
once the PNS gets signed, I'll reach out to him and get it destaged pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Probably next week. I'm assuming if the 20th is
20th is in 6 days.
okay, yeah, I'll get it done next week.
Okay. 197 Grant. I talked to him with the intent of getting him to adjust the price. But with how the market is in Lexington at the moment, I don't want to waste a price adjustment. I'll tell you a little bit about all of that soon because in the agenda. 7 Whipple, he says that he wants to adjust the price, but he's refinancing at the moment, which means that he can't adjust it until the refi is finished. Okay. 92 Hill, we can get rid of that. Delete. 14 Albemarle. I spent an hour and a half with them on a Zoom call yesterday. We were trying to decide whether to adjust the price today or to wait until 2 weeks after Memorial Day. We've decided to wait until, and thank you to Kelly and also Andrew for your input. That was really useful. We decided to wait until 2 weeks after Memorial Day, which is June the 4th. So, because they were saying they only wanted to do one big adjustment. They didn't want to do 2 smaller adjustments. So, they only wanted to do one. Was it better to do it today or was it better to do it at the moment? I mean, I guess everyone who's doing open houses at the moment, you know that there's no urgency with the buyers because there's so many homes on the market. They're just looking. You know, there's just no urgency. But when Memorial Day hits, all of a sudden now it's summer, and the weekend after Memorial Day, we typically get a lot of homes coming on the market. But then the weekend after that, so 2 weekends after Memorial Day, which ends up being the first weekend in June, we don't get many homes coming on the market, and the buyers, I think, start sort of jumping a little quickly because then they sort of think, oh my goodness, we need to move in summer. Not many homes are coming on the market. Let's go and have a look at, you know, the homes that are already on the market. That's the philosophy, and that's, you know, even to, you know, we've got a video on that that's been done. So we'll make that adjustment at that point. But if anyone wants to come in with an offer now, any of the homes that are on the market, the sellers would consider them. 136 Cedar, same thing. We talked strategy, and they're thinking that we'll wait until just after Memorial Day weekend. Cody, what are you doing? 45 Grove Street is still stuck. We'll see what happens there. 6 Brookside, yes, I'm puzzled because Kelly was saying that there were 2 potential buyers who may have been making an offer on Tuesday, and that didn't happen. So not sure what the story with that is, but maybe they'll make an offer this week. Who knows? 45 Sunset, we talked about that. Susan, House 31 have they got their loan through yet? Do you know?
Yes,
This is a different one. We
that's
need to get Washington Street, Winchester. This is Washington Street, Arlington.
yes.
God, that's confusing. How are we going with that?
So Arlington is finished except for the cleaning.
Oh, I can't hear.
Oh,
Oh. Let me just see if I can connect it again. This is silly that I can't damn well hear. Bluetooth. Come on, Bluetooth. Bluetooth. No. I'm sorry, everyone. Okay. Echo dot. Disconnect. I'll connect it again.
Now connected to Danny office.
Susan.
okay. Can you hear me? So our 312 is finished except for cleaning, which will be on Monday, and then it's all set and ready for staging.
Okay, so is that 519? Is that 519 a date for staging, Lisa, or when do you think?
That's Tuesday. I mean, any day next week. I've pulled it all, so it's kind of ready to go. So it's just a matter of when I'll talk to the guys Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay.
I can get it staged and also check with Glenn too to make sure he's available. And Danny, I wasn't going to do anything in the basement down there. Is that because do you remember the basement? It's pretty.
But
I
if
didn't know
it's
what to do.
if it's cleaned, it might be okay just to have a rug on the floor and a couple of bean bags or something sort of for kids that I don't know that we could get sofas down there. I don't remember the stairwell.
It's rough down
Yeah.
there, and we didn't do any work because it just would have been extensive. It's rough. It's really rough.
Didn't Oscar's quote include resticking the tiles in the bathroom?
The bathroom tiles, yes, but that was the only thing, and the whole area is just it's bad. It's not. it's just rough.
We are going to clean it though, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm gonna have them. Yeah, but kind of just, a little vacuuming and dusting and.
Okay, then don't worry. Well,
I mean, they've got those like built-in sofas type of thing with those leather cushions, or maybe it's vinyl cushions. I could try to just neaten it up or something down there, but to bring a rug down there, I really wouldn't want to put it on the floor because it's not the cleanest, Like I feel like things might get musty smelling down there.
What about one of those outdoor jute rugs?
Yeah, we have a couple. Yeah, I have a couple of them slated for 2 different houses. Well, I have one for the porch actually going into that house because they have that like porch in the back off the kitchen. So I had one going there. I mean, I have another indoor-outdoor rug.
Why not just put something down?
Yeah, it is pretty decent size. It's like a 9 by 12. It's pretty big. Like the other one is 5 by 8. So maybe that one I could do. Because something like that, then at least it wouldn't, that's kind of what it's meant for. So, all right, I'll bring that and see if I can just, work with things a little down there.
Perfect. So that tells me that we'll be coming on the market the week, after Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
1475 Mass Ave. Where are we up to with that? The glacial pace still happening?
So Oscar's probably going to be starting that one on Monday. The seller has just needed a lot of extra time to clean out, so It's looking like Monday as of a conversation we had yesterday. So
Okay, good. Then that's a 5:28. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no point. Yeah, no point hurrying to come on the market now.
No.
No. 43 Hayes, we're good with going to stage that one on 6-1. Are we still doing anything else in that home? Or is Oscar still doing anything else?
Oscar, I think, was going over there yesterday, I believe, to do a couple last minute things that the seller had asked him to do. So I think he's taking care of everything now.
Okay. Now the other Washington Street in Winchester.
Yep. So yeah, that actually Noe started there today.
So they got their loan through.
They got their loan, and yeah, he started today.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Prep start date was 5/14. Awesome. All right. 6 Angier. So is he doing any more?
Yeah, he's juggling both of these homes right now. So, but 6 Angier is going really well. He's made some good progress.
And I told them to contact you to know where things are up to with the work being done, because they were asking me yesterday.
Yeah, they did. They've been reaching out yesterday. I've heard from a few of them yesterday. So yeah.
Okay.
Is
A few of them. Okay.
is that house vacant now that I could go over and visit?
It
Since
is.
They moved everything out. Okay.
Yep. They're gone now. So it's just Noe there
Just Noe.
working. Yeah.
Okay.
When do we think that it's going to be done by?
I'm not sure. I mean, probably like he probably has another week and a half or so to go, I would say, on the work. Then there'll be the cleaning and the landscaping. So
Okay. 5/14, a week and a half, maybe,
yeah.
to go, then landscaping. And what was the other thing? Cleaning.
And that'll need a good cleaning.
Okay. All right, that's good. Southbridge, how's that one going, Kelly?
They had agreement with tenants. The tenant's gonna be moved out. End of May. Yeah.
Wow.
So we could put on the market beginning of June. So Marcus, how we get photos, video.
What did he say?
I said, when will it be ready?
Once they move out, we're ready.
Okay, I was looking for more of a date actually, Kelly. Sorry to state the bleedingly obvious, but
Because Marcus, we are back in Massachusetts.
the 8th. I could do it on the 8th. I could do the car first thing in the morning, and then I could head down there and do what I need to do.
So do you think you'd have them out by the 8th, Kelly? The 8th of June?
Yeah.
And ready to photograph on the 8th?
For the 8th.
Yes.
So I mean, once they move out, we can do the photos. They're gonna move out end of May. They had agreement, so
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
So they can get it cleaned, and then I'll plan on going in there on the 8th of June, excuse me.
I mean,
Okay.
maybe June 1st, June 2nd, we can.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
there.
Kelly, we can't, because we're
Okay.
not, we can't get Glenn to do it. And so it needs to be Marcus to do it. And we are flying in on the 5th and flying back out again on the 10th. So, but the 8th is open.
Okay.
So, although you could potentially, Marcus, do it before open houses on the 6th and the 7th.
It's an hour's drive. Yeah, if it's vacant, which I guess it will be, and we have the key, I could go down on the Saturday or the Sunday. Doesn't really help us very much, but yeah, I could do that. Yeah, that's sure. Yes. We only have one car though, Danny, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that's okay.
Yep, that's right. I'll just go down there early.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Kelly, possibly
6, 7, or 8.
6, 7, or 8. Okay.
Yep.
6, 7, or 8.
7 or 8 photos.
Okay.
So if you coordinate that for us, then that would be awesome.
Okay.
I'm assuming nothing's happening with Norwood, Andrew? You're on mute.
Correct.
Okay, all right. And Evola's next year. All right, let's get rid of that. Now, what have we got? So, there's more homes on the market this weekend. There were 14 on the market in Lexington so far this morning when I was doing the agenda. Last week there were only 5 at this time, or 6 at this time. At the moment there's 14. So it's just going to be more of the same this week and then the following weekend after Memorial Day. It's interesting about that. So anyway, I'll talk about this in a sec. We're flying to San Francisco today to spend a day at our granddaughter's 5th birthday. First time we've been there for her birthday, so we're excited. Rachel is having another operation today. Unfortunately, her surgeon scheduled it for when we're not going to be there, so her mother's in town helping with the kids and stuff while the operation is being sorted out. So unfortunately, next. So I had an interesting phone call the other day from a Cambridge agent. And I think I was telling Andrew this. Yep. The Cambridge agent made the comment something about how the market was just it's so different to last year, and I agreed. Yeah, it really is, and stuff. And she said, yeah, we've got buyers paying 20% over asking. There's just nothing on the market and all of this sort of stuff. And I'm thinking, holy shit, that's not what we're having. But I didn't say that. I just said, yeah, it's very different from last year. Wondering, what was going on, but because she was asking about a Lexington house, so I didn't want to say, holy shit, yeah, look what's happening here. But I did some research this morning. We look to be the only town in the area with the issue of oversupply. So I thought, let me just pull this. Newton, at the same time on this date last year compared to this year, Newton is only up by 7 houses compared to 150. So they're almost on a parity. Then we've got Bedford. Bedford has less houses on the market this year than were on the market last year. Belmont just has a couple, it was 17 last year.
We're not sharing your screen, by the way. Oh, okay, you just did the numbers, right? Okay.
Hey?
Oh, you're good.
Belmont has 17 last year, 21 this year. Waltham, 30 last year, 25 this year. Burlington, 21 last year, 26 this year. So no appreciable differences. Western, 53 last year, 49 this year, so less than this year. Arlington, a little bit higher, but not dramatically higher. There were 23 last year and 31 this year. I mean, based on that, when Jen's going to get offers, because 31 houses on the market is nothing for Arlington,
Yeah, and the price we have is very sweet. This is a sweet
Yep.
price. Yeah.
Yep. Cambridge, 37 last year, 45 this year. She was still saying buyers are spending 20% over asking for any house they can get. Concord is a parity, 49 last year, 49 this year. Lincoln, 11 last year, 10 this year. Is anyone seeing any differences with that? No. Lexington, 52 to 93. We have something like that's 50% more homes on the market this year. But in the $1 to $1.5 million price range, there are 5 times more homes on the market. I can pull that over. So in the 1 to 1.5 million, oh, hang on, let me get my other thing. Go away that, and I want Word, agenda. Okay, I want that. In the $1 to $1.5 million price range, there's 3 last year, 16 now. That's why Brookside didn't get any offers and why Blossom Crest struggled with offers. The 1.5 million to 2 million is 10 homes, 10 homes. So that's pretty similar. The 2 million to 2.5, there's about 50% more, a little over 50% more on the market in that price range than there was last year. And now you've got the 2.5 to 3, almost 3 times more. And that's why we're struggling with Albemarle and Cedar, because they're in that, there were 7 last year and 19 this year. Then in the 3 to 4 million, we've got more than twice as many on the market in that price range as compared to last year. And over 4 million, it's pretty close to parity. So what's happening with Lexington? I had to, hey?
Boom or bust?
Yeah, I spent an hour and a half with the sellers of Albemarle on the market, Albemarle on Zoom yesterday, and they're saying, because our sellers want to know what's going on. Why aren't we selling? Are you not doing your job? All of this sort of stuff. So I'm talking the stats to them all the time. And part of this is I think what's going on, because it's just Lexington. It's not these other towns. So it's not the market overall. It's Lexington, which after pulling this data, I was speculating that when I was talking to them yesterday. First off, the zoning, how the zoning department allocated 4 times more land for high density housing for the MBTA thing. Now that has been scaled back because of a citizens petition last year, but it's still that 4 times more is grandfathered into that, thing. So houses are going up, left, right, and center. The high school, that vote was really divisive, and really there's a lot of people in town that don't like the fact that a new high school is being built and at the price that it was done, and that it was, it's going to increase taxes quite dramatically. Hasn't yet, but it will, based on the schedule of when taxes are going to be increased that was put out because of the high school. People are losing their jobs. I've had 3 sellers this year that have lost their jobs. 4 sellers that have lost their jobs and having to move to find lower cost housing or have gotten jobs out of state. Then about 2 weeks or so after the high school, the horrendous cost for the high school was passed, they then started laying off teachers and admins in the school because they couldn't meet their costs, so they had to lay a lot of people off, and that caused a lot of dissension in the town. And now there's the thing with the trash collection. Andrew, have you heard about this? Yeah, you have, haven't you? That so it's finally going to a referendum, a vote, but they're proposing removing the free trash collection and imposing fees on the residents to collect the trash if they have more than just a small barrel. So stuff that I'm hearing from a lot of people is everyone's not happy with the management of the town, the fiscal responsibility of the town. And as Andrew said yesterday, Andrew, do you want to and go off mute, but talk about the sequence of things that they've approved before even the high school?
Well, it's just that everything's kind of happened recently. You know, they built, you know, the last, I don't know, 10, 12 years maybe, there's been new middle schools, updated 2 middle schools, and then there's the police station and the fire station. A little while before all that, they built a new, you know, the public works building. It's just like all this is like one right after the other, and now they're throwing this on top of it. So it's a lot.
And Estabrook Elementary School was rebuilt, built new.
Estabrook, Hastings.
And here's
It's
one
not terribly long ago.
more very important reason. The teachers being laid off. So they
Yep.
put money for renovate the schools, but they lay off the teachers.
Yep. And it's not renovating the school, Kelly, because that wouldn't have done it. They have to build new.
So yeah, that's some, you know, red flag for the buyers.
Yep. And what I'm saying to sellers at the moment is, if you're thinking about delaying selling, don't, because delaying selling, it's just going to get worse as time goes by, because of the fact that you know, at the moment it's really only Lexington residents and Lexington agents that tend to know what's going on. But as these things become more widespread, you know, I think there was something in the Boston Globe recently, and you know, it's going to impact the town. So I think it's just town specific. People are just deciding to pack up and leave.
I think they've been staying in the town longer. If you look at Lexington sales, they've been declining, and listings, they've been declining since COVID. And now you're right, there's this 3 or 4 different things. It's all got to the point where everybody went, okay, time to move. And of course, everybody has just put their home on the market this year. There's going to be way more homes on the market than will actually sell. And so we're in that classic bubble, if you like, that we've hit the top, and now prices will have to decline for people to come back into the town to buy. And so that's where we are. That there will be a definite decline in prices in Lexington over the next 1 to 2 years at least, until such times it all kind of reaches some sort of equilibrium. But yeah, that this is you can say list all the things they've done wrong, in the thought that it can't possibly impact anything. And now I think the other piece is there's so when you go to the composting facility in Lexington, you drive along Hartwell Ave, and there is a 5-story, 6-story residential building being built, and it's starting to look real. Before it wasn't really real, now it's real. And you can see the size of this thing going up, and it's going to be finished probably by the end of the year. So all of a sudden, we've got the equivalent of an Avalon being built on Hartwell Ave, and it's not the only one. So I think it's also becoming real for people too. They're beginning to see it, whereas before it was just, oh, they're going to build houses. Now, oh, they're building them there. I can see them. Right?
Yeah.
So I think it's now getting real for people, and that's the other reason. That's what's compounding this number of properties coming on the market.
So it's interesting that, you know, when you're talking to Lexington sellers, yeah, I did a market analysis for a seller that bought in 21 and competed to buy the home, and he wasn't happy that his value hadn't gone up. You know, maybe went up $100,000, but he was and that was only because he finished some space in the basement.
Yep.
It's not for any other reason, and he's very unhappy, and I'm sure he's not going to list with me because he doesn't believe that Lexington's not gone up.
He's about to find out.
Yeah, and
But he
that's
is. I mean, reality is he's about to find out. Once more and more people realize that there are so many homes on the market, these onesie-twosie anecdotal stories of people paying over the asking price, it's going to become less and less. It just has to. Anybody who pays over the asking price in Lexington right now, good luck. Let me know how that works out for you in 3 years' time. Because it's pretty clear we're going to end up with a 10-20% reduction in overall house prices as this thing plays out over the next few years. So don't pay 20% over asking, because you're going to lose 20% of your house value over the next 3 to 4 years. So that's the reality. So whether people like it or not.
yeah, so that's something that when I pulled the data this morning and had a look at what the towns around us were experiencing, holy shit, it's
just us.
Lexington.
Yeah, it's just
Not,
Lexington.
not only, so I had a lot of buyers also ask me that, what happened? What happened in Lexington? Why? Why the market? It's for me. How we can answer the question? What happened?
Well,
think
now's
it's
a
a-
great opportunity for buyers.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a-
obviously.
Yeah.
It's a combination of things, Kelly, but that more and more sellers have decided to come on the market now, basically in 2026. That's what it is. And
But
so now is
buyers'
a great
concern
opportunity.
is why the sellers want to move out. Why?
Because, well, first of all, they haven't been for the last few years. Let me show you something.
Yeah, show the
That hard
data.
to replace current share.
Yeah, I'll do my stop share.
Oh, you get, that's all right. I got it. That's that one over there, right? Okay, let me move this out of the way. Where's my, here it is. All right. So let's have a little look. Right. So this is, if you look, this is the number of sales in Lexington. So this is COVID. Yeah, these two peaks in 2020 and 2021. But then there's been a declining number of sales in Lexington because there's been a declining number of listings. People are just staying put.
You've got the listings graph further up.
Somewhere, there you go. Here's the listings, right? Here's the number of listings in Lexington, declining till 24. It rose a little bit in 2025. But what we've seen this year, we'll see if this number here is right, is that all of a sudden people, for the reasons we've just explained, all of a sudden people went, it's time to move. You know, they've been waiting. Now they're not waiting anymore.
And it's also partly too that, you know, the economy and what's going on, you know, the biotechs, a lot of the Lexington residents are biotech, they're pharma, they're technology folks. And those three businesses, they're laying off people. I mean, one of my sellers was a Google exec, and he got laid off. Someone else was a pharma exec. He got laid off. All of this sort of stuff. People, Boston in general, the demographics and the skill set in Lexington, because they have to have good jobs to buy in Lexington because it's so freaking expensive. They're getting impacted by layoffs. So,
but that would impact all towns, of course. It would impact Newton and Wellesley and Weston. So it's not entirely that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
it's not entirely that,
Yeah,
but that also factors into it.
Sure, but the primary reason is that people have decided that the simple answer, the 30-second answer to your buyers is there will be about the same number of sales in Lexington this year as last year. But a lot more people have put their homes on the market. And so there's now more homes on the market than there are buyers at all different price points. It doesn't matter what price point, with the exception perhaps of the very expensive, but at all price points, there are more sellers than there are buyers. And so now is the opportunity to come in below asking price, because house prices will decline.
Marcus, can you let Corinne in? She's waiting. Sorry. Yeah. And 45 Sunset is live.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm almost done with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just that it's not that the buyers have disappeared. They haven't. There's about the same number of buyers as we've seen in the last 3 years, 24, 25, 26, about the same number. The problem is a lot more people have decided to put their houses on the market because they've been waiting since COVID. Less and less people have been putting their homes on the market. Now, all of a sudden, bang, there's a lot more homes. And I say, not normally, and you wouldn't expect that at the lower price points, but at all price points, there is now simply more inventory, more homes on the market than there are buyers, which is why 1.25 million is not selling. That's what's going on, Kevin. Simple as that. So now's an opportunity. Anybody who pays over the asking in Lexington today, I think they're in for a rude awakening in a few years' time as house prices almost inevitably decline. Because oversupply, guess what? People start reducing prices, and so house prices will come down. So, you know, there's some anecdotal stories of people paying lots and lots over asking, but that's the wrong approach in this market. If somebody wants to do that, let them do it.
Yeah. So, you know, that's an interesting story, but and I'm having to explain it to a lot of sellers at the moment, which is a thing of this is a definite opportunity for buyers to buy, because there's so many homes on the market and sellers just want offers, and they'll probably take, you know, they may take anything. Who knows?
They will. Remember that if you look at 2023, people were paying in the early part of 2023, they were paying 106, on average 6% over the asking price. That's at best probably 2 years price appreciation after they factored in selling costs. So in 2023, when they were buying in March, they were paying essentially 2025's prices. Right? Here we are in 2026, and prices are going to decline, that's for sure. And this is why, I mean, we had the story of Dexter last week. They've done the maths, and their house should be worth 1.3 million. Like, no, because actually you paid way over the odds for it when you bought it. Therefore, you're going to break even on it today.
I did a market analysis on a home that I had done a market analysis on back in 2024, and the market analysis today, maybe the price went up 25,000, and I had to explain it to the seller. He says, "But why is it only gone up this little amount?" And
it's because you paid 20% over the asking price when you bought it. Ultimately.
No, it was based on my market analysis.
No. But why is it only gone up a little bit? It's only gone up a little bit because back to that Sandy Rosen statement, which was right, you're not paying today's prices, you're paying next year or the year after. And lo and behold, now you're selling relatively quickly after you bought, and you're factoring in appreciation from what you paid, not from what the list price was, which is what they should have done. That's why they haven't made any money. And they're going to lose money.
I mean, even that, even 25K, you might not get any offer.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's exactly right.
You're absolutely right, Kelly.
No, that's exactly right. And
we'll see how this graph plays out, the number of listings. This is my projection. We'll see how this plays out, whether it's actually this high. But it's pretty clear that we're going to get more listings this year than we did last year. And the number of sales is about the same as last year. So that's the problem. That difference is the problem.
which is why I don't want to waste price adjustments now, because we're better off waiting until at least there's a tiny little bit more urgency with the buyers with wanting to get in for the school system.
So sorry. Oh, hi everyone.
Hello.
So the last 2 weeks, I could see the movements of houses on the market below 2 million, the 1.6 range and the 1.8 range go crazy, multiple offer for those homes. I don't know why. They are selling crazy. And we have like 5-6 offer on the table competing with each other. And if one of them went to, I think I shared this with Marcus, 420,000 more than asking.
Then I think they've just lost a lot of money.
Yeah, but so I'm just seeing like why some of the house, there's one Normandy last week, 1575 is gone.
Yeah, well, I think first thing is you've got uneducated buyers and uneducated agents. There were two things that when I did the open houses last weekend, what was striking, there were two people, one into Hill and one into Grove Street. And I asked the Grove Street people, why haven't, how long have you been looking? Oh, 3 or 4 years. It's very difficult to buy in this town. Okay, fair enough. So, but, what are you looking for? Why is it you think you haven't bought? And just a couple of simple probing questions, it became absolutely clear they had no idea whatsoever about the Lexington market. What they were looking for simply doesn't exist. But the same was true of Hill Street. They were just clueless. And I think you've got a certain amount of that in the market too. You've got buyers who, I guess Zillow's made them feel powerful. I can see all the homes that are on the market, yada, yada. But actually, when it comes to education, they don't have that. They feel like they're smart. They feel like they know what they're doing. But when you ask some probing questions, they have no idea. And I think this is true of agents too, right? Bear in mind that, given this situation, some agents, they'll sell them anything. You should go in 20% over asking, that'll get the house for you. That will get the house for you. The reality is that 20% over asking today in a market that may well see over the next few years a 10 to 20% reduction in price means they just lost 40%. Right. Yes, you mean there is anecdotal stories of people paying these kind of crazy prices, and inevitably there will be. All of us have looked at an MLS and just went, why did they do that?
Yeah.
What were they thinking? But I think there's going to be less once people realize what's happening, just like, Kelly said, buyers are asking what's going on. We'll see this less and less. We'll inevitably see one or two anecdotal stories, but we'll see it less and less.
Yeah.
And eventually, because what will happen is the appraisal value will kick in here. All of a sudden, the appraisers will start doing appraisals based on what the majority of sales, and paying this kind of over asking price is going to fail on the appraisal. That's what will eventually kind of slow this market and put a stop to these kind of stupid prices, albeit less and less of them, I think. Correct.
Yeah, the Hill Street actually is down the road from 92 Hill. Wow. I mean, I went to see that property with a client. It's under agreement now.
Yep. But it's easy to pick on one or two properties that went over the asking price, but there are 20 homes which didn't sell in the same price range.
So I'm just wondering, those who go so crazy, like the 14 Normandy, it was priced I think it's low, 1575, and I knew that it's going to go very quickly. Just within 5 days, it's going to just down my house. And I went and see with a client. And that property, I told my client, you got to go in with the offer. That is really good price. I don't know what it end up, but it's gone. I was checking yesterday.
Sure.
And I know this.
What price point was it?
1575. And then down the road, Woodcliff, there are two, 1988 and the other one 2 million. And the 1988, even though there is a very good piece of land behind, and I knew this house is overpriced and you were not going to sell, and it's still on the market.
Yep.
Because last week we have a lot around my house here, at least 5 of them.
Yeah.
Remember, just as Danny said, sellers don't want to admit that, I should have got 20% appreciation in the last 3 years. So there's going to be a lot of that sellers not realizing that it'll take them this year, probably next year, they realize I didn't sell in 2026, then I need to reduce the price in 2027 to sell. Right. So we're going to get some of that too, I think it's clear we're going to get a price reduction.
Did you talk Dexter?
I think go ahead.
No, go ahead, Benjamin.
No, I just think it's a normal market readjustment, rebalancing, because you went way too crazy, as we all know, right? In the last 3 years, people went way over to get a home in Lexington. Now it's just kind of a process of normalizing it.
Yeah, a lot of 1.5 million below.
Right. Because a lot of homes are not supposed to go that high, but with the buyers and some of the agents are just kind of kicking it up. I think mostly our agents say, "Hey, you gotta pay 20% over asking price to get the home," and some buyers just say, "Okay, I'll do that," not even thinking about the situation. They need to hold it for 10 years. The real property to grow real appreciation needs to take longer time. So
would like to share with you guys one of the agents, how they put in an offer. This is scary, just for your information. We went in with the offer too, but they put in a clause, non-refundable PNS. Non-refundable. I was like, that is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. If anything goes wrong with the financing, it's non-refundable. There's a huge risk, and this one went out of 220,000 more than asking.
This is on which house?
This is on 66 North.
Oh my.
I mean, we went up 100K more than asking. These people went straight up to 200K. I say it's crazy. Of course, with these silly terms, non-refundable, all of us are out.
Yeah.
For which one?
66 North Street.
66 North Street.
Built in, I don't know.
Yeah, I know who is the agent who put that in, and I make a comment on when he was proudly talked about on social media. I said, "Oh, you are one of my competitor." But then I realized, I know from the back why he won, because I was not understanding how come he get it, because he put non-refundable PNS.
Who was the agent?
Rob Leahy.
Rob Leahy?
He used to be Lamakia
Okay.
But I think he's compass now.
Yeah, but isn't he doing a disservice to his buyers?
I think his buy is silly. That is crazy.
Absolutely.
So that's no
Gonna
different.
go away. No, I
That,
think you're right, Danny. It was an absolute disservice to his clients.
yeah.
He advised his clients that the only way they were going to get this house was to put all these stupid clauses in.
Oh, Coldwell Banker.
And the reality is,
Oh, 66. That's a very, very old home.
yep.
Yeah, but inside is all new and is beautiful. Classy, beautiful. I love it. It's incredible inside.
You gotta move in.
But the reality is, you don't need to spend that much money.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right? You don't need to, because down the road there's 4 other homes at the same price point.
Right.
So that's why it's a disservice to his clients. I think
And it's a historical home. Oh my God. The reno, you cannot add a lot of stuff.
yeah, I know this is anyway. You know, we're gonna get more and more of these, right? We just know we are, right?
Yeah.
So some of the house go crazy and some of the house sit on the market, which is funny.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Corinne, we are recording this for you. So there's been a whole lot before.
Okay, thank you.
But Marcus and I need to leave for the
Yeah, we need
airport.
to go.
Oh, have fun.
Okay,
Yeah,
Marcus,
we're
so
not
what
going
side
to you.
live? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Marcus has to do that, and
Gotta do some work.
Okay.
and Susan's got cookies for all the open houses and all that sort of stuff. Everyone, bye.
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 Bye.